Good morning, YouTube friends. So it is officially, maybe not officially wintertime, but it's officially too cold to ride. I've got a bunch of parts in for the Sporty, so we're back onto the Sportster project. And today we're going to drain the gas tank and put a new fuel valve in the gas tank. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I need this vacuum line off of my carburetor. There we go, that's off. So now we'll get the fuel line off. And that is one of the many reasons that this fuel line needed to go away, this fuel valve. Because it's got a plastic housing and it uses vacuum. So if I turn this on, nothing happens even though the tank is full. You have to apply a vacuum to the back side of it to get fuel. And what happens is that little diaphragm can go bad and get stuck and not give you fuel. The little diaphragm can break and send extra fuel through the vacuum line. And it just generally tends to break and fail, like this one did with the little brass fitting pulling out of the bottom and staying in the fuel line. So it's going away. All right, so since that broke and I can't stick a fuel line on it now, I'm just going to remove this bracket and put a funnel underneath it to catch the fuel. So I have to undo my choke. And I'm going to do this without breaking it. So very carefully, because this is all plastic. I'm just going to let that hang. And I'm going to get my spark plug wires out of these little clips. Now I can pop off this bracket. This bracket is important, so you can't just discard this bracket and throw it away. It's there to help keep the cylinders where they're supposed to be while the engine's running, so you don't get too much flex and crack the cases at the bottom. Now, so that I don't lose these bolts, I'm going to put them back where they go. And I'm going to need this bracket off later, so I'm going to leave it off and set it aside because the carburetor and intake manifold are also being replaced. All right, that funnel will work. Get this plug wire out of the way. Get that out of the way. I'm going to make a little hook to hold that up. Let's see if this will do. That ought to work. It goes down into my gas can. So we're going to set this to reserve. Then we'll go to the other side of the bike and apply a vacuum. All right, I got my little hand vacuum pump here. Hope that's coming through. Just gonna stick the end of this in my vacuum tube. I'll pump this up. And it's working. I can hear fuel pouring out. So now, we just wait for it to drain. Okay, the fuel's all drained out. So we'll get all this other stuff off of here and then we'll get the tank off the bike. Let's get this drain line off. This is a overflow line. Oh, there we go. I didn't even need a prober. All right, all that stuff's out of the way. We can get the 2 tank bolts out and get the tank off. There's one. There's the other one. Now we'll let the bike down so I can actually reach things. And all I gotta do is actually pull the bolts out and remove the tank. So this part's relatively simple. You just unscrew the existing valve and throw it right in the garbage because that's where it goes now. I want to be careful not to bang up my tank. But there we go. These aren't usually super tight. Gonna clean up my threads a little bit here. Make sure that's all nice and clean. We're gonna hope this guy fits, because these are not cheap. And that's on, but before I tighten it, I'm going to tighten it on the bike, and I'm going to put tape in the jaws of my wrench so I don't mar up my brand new nut. I'm not going to tighten it until it's on the bike, because I want to be able to aim it where it needs to go. So for now, that's as far as we go with that.